everyone. Hello everyone. I am back here and I am drawing some more of my Zip Dog comic. I don't know when I will be done with this. It feels like never, but it must end sometime. But I still feel like I have lots of drawings and panels to do before me because the story just keeps getting longer and longer, which is fine. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is the new Markiplier movie, the new Iron Lung movie. So it happened so that I was in a bigger city on the weekend and just hanging out, just walking around, and I was in a mall, and at the mall they had a cinema, and in front of the cinema they have these big posters and screens that say what movies they're going to be playing that day. And I saw, oh, they are playing Iron Lung. I didn't expect this at all because I am not in the USA. I didn't even think they would release it outside the USA, but they did. So I was like, let's go. And I took my sister and we went to see the movie. Just before the movie, I found out it was actually based on a game, which I didn't know. I thought it was just a horror movie. And you know what? I really liked the movie. I really liked the movie. I loved it. It was one of the best horror movies I have seen in well, for sure this year. But like, I didn't expect this at all. I was just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. And I think it was so good. Some people argue that it's too vague, that it's too long, but yeah, that's why it's good. It's a slow burn, and I don't understand people who say that it's a boring movie. It is not a boring movie. I was there with my sister, just sitting next to each other, and all the time, like every minute or so, something would happen on the screen that we would be giving each other like a side eye, like a scared side eye, like ooh, ooh, ooh. And I don't know, it was just super scary and intense to me, and I absolutely do not get how people can say that it was boring or drawn out or anything like that. I don't know, maybe other people just aren't as scared of being in a submarine, because I am really scared of being in a submarine. Being in a submarine in an unknown ocean of blood, mind you, unknown ocean of blood, and you're there alone, and the people who put you there kind of want you to die, and they don't tell you anything about anything, and they're just like, yeah, go and do some research for us, would you? And then we will let you out, just like Outlast trials. But yeah, I just loved the concept. I love when horror media does this thing where the scary thing is like unimaginable. Because what do you mean all the habitable planets and stars disappeared? What do you mean? How and why? And the best thing is that we do not know why, and we will not know why. Maybe in the game it's explained, but I don't know why. I should actually play the game because I really liked the movie. Yeah, I think it's a very important thing in horror movies too, and in stories in general. If you want to make stuff mysterious, then you should leave a lot of it to imagination. Like, take for example Coraline. That story is so mysterious and scary because we do not know why the other mother does the things she does, and why is it that this house specifically, she lives in that house. We do not know these things, and it's interesting. Same as Hereditary, one of my other favorite horror movies. I do not understand when people in horror movies want everything to be like explained to them and laid out, like, yeah, Hereditary, it was a cult, and this is the specific, like, deity they are worshipping, and like, no, I want to be scared. This is where my almost favorite horror movie, that could have been my favorite horror movie, Longlegs, failed. Because to me, all the jump scares and the like scenes that were supposed to be scary were scary because they were so weird. I know it doesn't always work. I once watched this YouTube video essay about how sometimes things that are supposed to be scary make some people laugh instead of be scared. When they're just like goofy silly, it feels like goofy silly, and some people are really scared of that. And yeah, I think that's where Longlegs failed, because the whole movie, beautiful, weird, strange scenes, weird Nicolas Cage with a weird face and weird obsession on, like, I don't know if it was glam rock stars, but just like rock stars, and this really weird guy who does weird things and has a weird voice and stuff like that. And then the ending, they are just like, yeah, we're gonna try and explain every single thing that we put in this movie. It was just, we're gonna give you a rational explanation. No, get out of here. I do not want a rational explanation. I want an irrational explanation. Even better yet, I don't want an explanation at all. Wait, where's my angry face? I don't want an explanation at all. I want my movies to be weird and off-putting and strange. Yes. Yeah. And the only thing I could like say that was bad in Iron Lung is that I wish that they kind of maybe explored the Simon's backstory more, because I didn't really understand fully what happened with the station, and I don't really need to, I feel like that, because this movie was more about him in the moment, and the aspect of guilt was important. The aspect of guilt was important, in that the people who put him in the submarine were blaming him for stuff, and he didn't want to do that stuff, and then the blood monster is like, oh, you did stuff, and he's like, yeah, I didn't want to do that stuff. Go away, blood monster. And the blood monster is like, oh. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'll give you all like a spoiler warning right now, because I want to say some of my theories, and maybe like if you watched Iron Lung and you were like, oh, I didn't understand this movie, I don't understand it, I don't get it, then here are my theories about things. And I think most of the time when people say that they don't understand the movie, they actually do understand the movie. They're just too scared to kind of make their own assumptions, maybe, like make their own theories, which I don't get, because to me it's the most fun part of a movie, especially like a mysterious movie, of coming up with my own conclusions and thoughts about the movie and what things meant. Okay, so now to my theories and things. One of the things that I was wondering about is that, okay, Simon goes into the blood ocean, and then his submarine gets dragged into a cave by the monster that lives in the sea of blood. And he's trying to find his way out, and he finds a wrecked ship, a similar ship to the submarine he's operating right now. And he's like, huh, as I expected, more people have been sent under the surface of this blood ocean to look for things. And then he hears a voice through the intercom thingy, and it's a woman, and the woman at first is asking him, like, she thinks it's the people on the surface. She thinks the people from the surface came to fish her out. And she's asking if they're coming to get her and things like that. And then she understands that Simon is not, like, Simon is another person that was sent down there. And she loses hope. And then she starts saying weird stuff about a light that she saw under the surface of the blood. And she gives him coordinates, because at first she tries to ward him off and tells him that the light is dangerous. The light has all the answers that the humanity could need, but the humanity shouldn't probably ask these questions and shouldn't know the answers, but the answers are there in that light, and that he should probably go. And at first she says that he shouldn't go, but when she finds out that he was an accomplice in, like, he was with people who destroyed one of the space stations and killed a bunch of people. And once she finds out that, the voice from the intercom, she says that Simon probably deserves to see the light, which, like, she thinks seeing the light is a bad thing. But okay, yeah, and Simon is like, oh wait, I am just going insane. My intercom is not connected because I broke it before. And we're like, oh, what? This lady is not even real. She's a figment of his imagination. What the hell? And then Simon somehow gets the submarine out of the depths, out of the cave, and makes contact with people on the surface. And he tells people, and this was such a terrible, like, moment in the movie, because he gets out of this terrible cave. He's been in the cave for like hours and hours and hours, and just trying to find a way out with weird fish monsters and depleting oxygen, and the ship is breaking down, just terrible things happening to him, just going insane. Then he gets out of the cave, and he's like, okay, now they're gonna get me out, and I am saved. I am through this. And he makes contact with the people on the surface, and the people on the surface are like, huh, you're still alive? We're not coming to get you. It's too dangerous for us, and it's not worth it. Sorry, you're gonna die there. Sorry. And yeah, it was such a terrible moment, because as a viewer, you've been sitting in a theater, just being with the character, with Simon, through all this time, seeing him struggle and be scared and fight for his life. And then he finally gets out, and they're like, no, we're not gonna take you. But back to my theory. Okay, the people on the surface find out that he found the ship, the wreckage of the ship, in that cave, and they're like, if you can get the black box from that, if you can download the black box information, we will let you out this time. We will come and we will get you out of that water. And he's like, okay, I am going there. And the second time he goes into that cave, that woman's voice that was speaking to him before speaks again, but this time she's speaking about the light as if it was a good thing. Like, and at this point, at this moment, I think that the first time we heard that woman's voice was kind of her ghost, because I think she was on that ship that was wrecked at the bottom of that cave. I think she like died in this ocean of blood, and I think her consciousness kind of merged with either the ocean of blood itself or just the fish monsters. I think the ocean of blood is itself. I think the whole blood ocean was like a whole entity, and that's why it could like grow veins into the ship and do things and appear and be creepy. but yeah, I think her, like when she died, when she got killed by this ocean of blood, her consciousness got kind of absorbed into it, but she kind of sometimes can be a little bit separate from the ocean of blood itself. Like the first time when she was kind of trying to warn Simon of that light that she saw, it was kind of still her, like her human consciousness trying to look out for another human. And the second time we hear from her, she's like more fully integrated with the blood ocean. The evil fish monster is speaking to her through her. Through her. So yeah, that's my theory. Another theory of mine is that because the fish monster, the sea blood monster, is kind of referring to itself as if it was a god, and I don't know if that's the influence of like people's consciousness or what, but I really like the idea that it's kind of a Lovecraftian thing. Like, imagine this, a big monster being, like a being, and it has abilities that are incomprehensible to the human mind, or like comprehensible, but they are very, very powerful thing, can, I don't know, create universes and things. And we might think of it as a god, but it itself could be just like an animal on the scale of the universe. I don't know if I'm explaining my theory correctly, but like something that might seem incomprehensible to humans. Like we're like, what? This space squid can create whole universes, and it's weird to us. But if you went to space, you would be like, oh yeah, this is just what happens. This is just a normal thing in space. Where do you guys get your galaxies from? Not the space squid? Yeah, I don't understand at all if I'm explaining this correctly, but wouldn't it be so cool if the blood ocean monster was like, yeah, I am a god actually. I must be a god because this happened, like I killed all your stars and I killed most of humanity. I must be a god. But it's just what happened. It's just what happened. It was not maybe a coincidence, but like a thing that, like dominoes falling on each other and creating this domino effect. Like it's a... Oh, I must sound so insane. But I guess my theory is that... I don't know. I really gotta start scripting these things better, because I did a little script and like I have 3 points. The point 1 is saw a movie where, which is where, when I told you where I saw the movie, that I went to the mall and by accident I just went and see it. Point 2 is movie good, where I tell you about how the movie is good. And point 3 is reviews, which I haven't gotten into yet. We're gonna go there soon. But yeah, to summarize my crazy my crazy theory section that probably didn't make any sense. Yeah, I think people are just too scared, or maybe they don't have enough attention span or imagination to like imagine things and think about, like, see the facts that you were given through the movie and be like, I do wonder. Okay, I am saying stupid things, I feel like. But I think I'm gonna go see this movie again. So maybe I should do a proper like explanation or theory videos. But I usually hate movie explanation videos, especially if it's like ending explained, because I am very much like David Lynch about these things. Like you go watch a movie, you think thoughts about it, and then you have your opinion and what you take from the movie. What did you see? Did you not watch the movie? What do you mean you need the ending explained? You were there. You watched it. But I don't know, maybe I'm just too confident in my own judgment and like my ideas. Maybe the thing is that I go to see a movie, I imagine a completely different thing, and I'm like, yeah, this movie was good. Wouldn't that be funny? I think it would be really funny. But yeah, okay, so on to point 3, reviews. So, I don't know why I do these things to myself, because when I see a movie and I'm like, yes, this is like at least 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 movie. Like, this is one of the best movies I've seen. I go into the reviews section and I read reviews. I read the unfavorable ones because I want to understand what people could not like about this movie. I didn't understand what was bad about the movie. Like, well, yeah, I guess sometimes the blood didn't look realistic, or maybe the submarine. Well, this is one of the things. Some people in the reviews said that one of the reasons why they disliked the movie was because the submarine looked cheap, and it's supposed to be look like that. Like, they put this thing together to put a convict that they want dead anyways, like a guy they don't like, on the bottom of the ocean, to blood ocean, mind you, to search for stuff. They don't care about his comfort. They don't really care if he makes it out alive. And also, they have limited supplies. So what are you expecting them to make? Like a high-tech freaking submarine ship with torpedo launchers? I don't think so. So that's one of the critiques I didn't get. The fake blood did really look fake, but the CGI was pretty good. It was definitely better than the Silent Hill movie, I'll tell you that. And that thing had like 23 million budget, and Iron Lung had what, like 3 million? But yeah, like the only thing they could be mad about is the fake blood not looking real, but in my opinion it doesn't really matter. Like, it still gets the point across. The ship is flooding with blood. What else do you want? What do I care if the blood is a little bit, like, the hue is a little bit off? I don't care. But yeah, another thing that people criticized was that it was too long and it was boring. And I really think it's a problem of people's attention span, because I didn't get bored a second of this movie. I was on edge the whole time. So either it's a problem with attention spans, or it's a problem of they're not scared enough of being in a submarine and are not, like, don't care about the main character at all. Yeah. And a lot of people complained that this movie is so glazed over because Markiplier has a lot of fans and the game has a lot of fans. And I just want to say, I know of Markiplier. I think some of his stuff is funny, like the "Kitty, what are you doing here? You're so Portuguese." I think that's really funny. I love quoting that. But I'm not a big Markiplier fan, and I never played Iron Lung. So if somebody says that you have to know the game lore or really like Markiplier to have a good time seeing this movie, they are lying. They are lying to you. They are lying to you. Run away and run into the nearest theater that's showing Iron Lung if you like blood or horror movies. And I love horror movies, and I think it was a really good horror movie. And I am very proud of Markiplier. Well, I don't know if proud is the right word, but it just makes my heart grow when I see those videos of him talking about the movie and he's like crying and like a little bit insane. It's very heartwarming. I hope that this can happen to me one time too. Like finishing a big project and then everyone likes it and everyone is having fun. Well, maybe not everyone, but like, you know, most people. There will always be haters, but it's okay. We just make things because we want to make things. Okay, thank you so much for seeing this, watching this, I mean. And yeah, see you in the next one. Hopefully I can make better quality, more scripted out review, but this was just my thoughts on the movie Iron Lung by Markiplier. Very good. Thank you. Bye.